Heads up. Parental advice dispensed here is for entertainment only. Results may vary. Consult your spouse before operating heavy machinery or children.
Hey, it's Dave with you. Happy holidays. This is coming out on Christmas Eve. Hope you're doing well. I am your host, Dave Campbell from Ontario, Canada, host of Dad Space and fellow dad. Happy to be here. If you are celebrating the holidays, wherever you are in this world, happy holidays to you, wherever you are, whatever you celebrate. We welcome all dads here. And if you're not celebrating this time of year, we're still celebrating with you because you're a dad, and we're happy to have you along. Where I am, you're in Canada, it's Christmas Eve, and we're busy doing all of the busy things, getting ready for tomorrow. So I thought I'd just jump on and do a quick episode for you to encourage you, and for all the single dads. Primarily, you're my focus in this episode over the holidays. Thinking of you here on Dad Space. So I'm glad you're here. Let's get into the conversation, and happy holidays to you and yours from Dad Space and from Dave. Here we go. I'm excited for this time of year. When I was growing up, Christmas was a big part of our family tradition here in Canada, where I was born and raised here in Ontario. And Christmas was interesting. For me growing up, the holidays meant we would be crammed into a car and driving for hours and hours and hours in the worst possible weather you can think of to arrive at my grandparents' house, either my dad's parents or my mom's parents. And we would be completely exhausted. We would roll into our grandparents' house. Family would be gathered. It was already hot and sweaty in there because the stove has been blasting for days, pumping out amazing food. And the wood fireplace would be on at my grandfather's house, my dad's dad. And it was just a sweat lodge. It was so hot in that house growing up. And I can just remember like seeing family members we haven't seen throughout the year, and all the decorations, and the food. Oh yeah, the food. And then you go downstairs, its Christmas tree would be set up near the fireplace, and then just stacks upon stacks of presents. When you have 20 people in the house at one time, the sheer volume of presents was overwhelming as a kid. And I was, for both sides of my family, my mom's side and my dad's side, I was the first grandchild. So imagine, I had a longer runway than all my nephews and my sister. I was first. I was number one. I was the one to kick it all off. And so I have a lot of great memories growing up. And I just remember the exhaustion and the burnout post-holiday season, post-celebrations, when we'd get back home and my dad would crash. And for us, again, we were in the back seat of the car sleeping most of the time. We didn't know what it was like to drive in weather that was horrible, and long trips, and balancing work and driving and being together with family and sleeping on couches and on the floor, wherever we could sleep, right, to go to see our family. We didn't understand. It was like a holiday for us. It was like an event. For my dad, though, and my mom, it was a big deal to do all this work. And I don't think we understood how much holiday prep and holiday execution takes to make it come into reality. And now that I'm a grandfather, I'm seeing it now through the lens of my son with his two kids, about how he prepares for the holidays. I have always been the kind of guy that goes overboard when it comes to gift giving. I'm not a big gift receiver. Like, I'm thankful. I'm not a Scrooge, but I just rather watch other people open presents at this time of year than me. I'd much rather do that. To the point where when our kids were little, to make the tree look even fuller, we would buy like grocery items, like their favorite box of cold cereal, and wrap it up. Those look really good wrapped, by the way. They look great wrapped under the tree. And It's just us buying the groceries for the week. So win-win, right? They like it anyway, and it's a gift. And it looks great when you pair it up with all the other presents. So if you're looking for some filler gift ideas, just do your regular grocery shopping and wrap up the things you buy. Especially if it's something they love, their favorite pack of cookies, their favorite cereal box. Hot cereal's good. Hot chocolate boxed. That's a great present gift right there. It's already in a box. There's a lot of great opportunities for you to, pad up the Christmas tree a little bit, make it look a little bit more festive and a little bit more as far as the haul that your kids are going to get. And you're just buying groceries. It works really well. My kids caught on to that as they got older. They would pick up a box and go cereal, and it kind of lost its impact over time. But when they were little, they didn't care. It was another present. It was another exciting moment to open a gift from Santa, mom and dad, whoever, right? And I just think, as I look back and all the prep to get this day to come true, there's a lot of great stuff. I remember doing my kids would do the Santa cookie, right? And that was interesting to do that because we'd have to wait for them to go to bed, and then we have to eat the cookie and chew up the carrot and all that stuff for Rudolph. And then the other thing I would do is I'd put on my boots and I'd get some icing sugar and I would sprinkle it over my boots as I stepped through the living room to make it look like snow around the boots. That was fun. Great to clean up the next day, by the way. The dogs help with that, by the way. They kind of do their thing to help. But the having the Santa boots was fun. The letter from Santa was always fun. All of those things were great. We had one year when my oldest was little. My neighbor, a woman who lived next door, she loved to dress up as Santa and go around the community. Like we lived in a townhouse complex. So she'd go to some of the other neighbors and she'd, visit the kids. And she was coming home dressed as Santa, and she walked right past the front of our house and went into her house next door to us. And my son lost it because all he saw was Santa walk right past the house. And it was like 7 p.m. And he was like, I got to go to bed. Like he was just freaking out because Santa's right there. And she stopped as Santa and waved at him. And I tell you, he lost it. One other thing I remember too was we had a staff Christmas party. I worked for a large grocery store chain, which sounds thrilling. Anyways, we had a staff party for the office staff. And it was the company also owned a bunch of theaters. So we went to this big mall and the company owned the theater. They opened the theater just for employees and their families. And that's where we had our Christmas party. So there was the Santa for the Christmas party there, giving out gifts from my company to our kids. And Santa at the event looked at my oldest and said, I want you to smile more. Okay. And my son's like, all right. And so he was kind of on the edge of, believing, not believing in Santa anymore. So my son took the gift and we went on. And later we walked through the mall after the event and we saw the mall Santa. Now, I can tell you, the mall Santa was not the same Santa from our event. Shocking. I don't know. Please cover your ears, kids. But this Santa was a different person who was, helping as Santa's helper in the mall, I'll put it that way. And he came out to his mall Santa location, his chair and all of that. But he had to come from a back room. And as he's walking through, he stops, and out of all these kids, there was like 20 kids standing around with their parents. He pointed at my son and said, I thought I told you to smile more. And I looked at my wife and went, what the heck just happened here? And my son's like, hang on, because that's twice in one day at different times from different people saying to my son he needs to smile more. And I'm like, I got, again, the goosebumps even now talking about it. It was like this really cool moment for my son to be like, wow, right? So there's that magical part of what we do through the Christmas season, through the holidays, whatever you're celebrating, right? And I just want to encourage you as a dad throughout the holidays, whatever you celebrate, however you celebrate, whatever you're doing, is that this time of year is not about perfection, but it's about you as a dad, me as a dad and a grandfather, to just show up in life for our family and to be intentional, to be warm, to be present, not distracted, not overwhelmed, not caught up in all of the externals and pushing our family into the margins of the holiday. They need to be the main focus as dads. So my encouragement for you, be warm, be intentional, show up, be present this holiday season. I just want this to be a hopeful season for us with all the things going on in our personal life, in the world around us, with our kids, all of the stressors. This should be a time for us to focus on what really matters. And what really matters are those little faces around us. What really matters is our partner who gives and gives and gives all year and seldomly gets noticed for what she does and what he does. We need to be the ones as dads to really pour into our families at this time of year and to just show up and be that warm person. That's probably the best memories your kids will ever have. Beyond the presents and the amount of presents, it's dad showing up. And I'm encouraging you as a dad to show up this holiday season. Now, when we talk about holiday season, we think of the family unit together for the holidays. And what we don't hear often enough is the single dads who are not together with their partner at this time of year, and they're doing this on their own. They're sharing time with their kids, with their partner. We're not all together under one roof on Christmas morning like we were in the old days. And we're doing this on our own. And I want to give you some thoughts to consider as you go through Christmas this year on your own, because this is a time of change for you. This is a different season in your life, and I want you to navigate it with the best possible information that I can give you and support that I can give you as well, because we're seeing it within my own family, and I just want to encourage you that you're not alone at this time of the year. Even if you feel like it, you're not alone. There's a lot of dads out there who are facing Christmas this year by themselves. And I just want to give you some thoughts. First, it's okay to grieve. There are losses that all of us feel at this time of year. Whether it's a loss of a relationship, it's a loss of your partner, your spouse, it's a loss of a marriage. There's a lot of different things that we go through in the year, and it's okay to grieve at this time of year when everyone else is up and excited and the music's pumping and everyone's like supposed to be happy. It's okay to grieve. It's okay for you to take time to acknowledge the absence, the things that have happened in your life, the changes in your family structure, or the traditions that are disrupted now as you're facing Christmas as a single dad. We need to normalize the grieving part as part of the process, even during the holidays. And the holidays are tough. The holidays are tough to begin with, but when you're grieving, it's even harder. The grieving is not a deep detour from joy, but it's a necessary thing that all of us need to work through. Processing our grief can help us to build up empathy, help us to be more resilient and have a deeper appreciation for love in life and for our family. So just keep this in mind. Even though you might feel tempted to not grieve at this time of year, it's okay to grieve. It's okay for you to create that space. You have permission from Dad's space, if you need it, to grieve at this time of year. Don't pass over that. And it's okay to imagine and to wonder. This is the time of year to reimagine your holiday traditions. Now that you're a single dad, or now that you're grieving, now that you're in this season of life, it's okay to reimagine the traditions you've held in the past and make them fit into your family's new reality. We can do things like have our dinner served differently than we traditionally had when we were all together. We can have the kids help plan the menu this year, which is different, or stay at a vacation rental or a change of scenery, move the family to a different location. There's a lot of opportunities at this time of year to give you something different, right? Everyone knows this year is different. Your kids know that it's different. Your partner knows it's different. You know it's different. So capitalize on the difference and maybe pick something that's out of the norm for you and your family and go after some new traditions or reimagined traditions. This is the time to be creative. It's not the time to regress. It's time to progress and maybe think of Christmas in a new context. This could be your year to try something new. So think of it from that perspective. It's okay to be creative as well at this time of year as a single dad. This is a great time of year to focus on time with your kids and create meaningful rituals over how you do your holidays. And maintain the main traditions where possible. That's nice to have an anchor for your kids. Just keep in mind through all of this that your presence as a dad is the most important gift your kids are ever going to receive at this time of year. It's you. It's you. And you need to make sure that your kids feel that. So be creative, come up with something different. Your approach may be different than last year, but that's okay. It's also remember and remind yourself it's okay to laugh. It's maybe hard to hear this as a single dad if this is your first year on your own and you don't have your kids with you the whole time and you and your partner are not together anymore. But it's still okay to laugh. There's power in joy. Even when apart from your kids, you can build a supportive network of friends, family, faith groups, your neighbors, to share moments of humor and connection. Choose activities that foster lightness and reduce dwelling on anything that's negative at this time of year. Surround yourself with a joy group, people who bring you joy, people who you feel up at the end of time with them. They just fill up your cup. It's okay to laugh at this time of year and not feel guilty. It's okay. You do have some freedom now, maybe, that when the kids are with your partner and you're on your own, fill up your time. Don't just sit in front of the TV watching National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation or something. Focus on something that you can do to build up yourself over the holidays. It's okay to laugh. And it's also okay to rest. When we focus on the holidays, we focus on the events of the holidays. It becomes the main focus of what we do. It's all around Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, opening presents, family getting together, right? It becomes the main focus of the holidays. But I want you to understand that the holiday season is part of a larger year of you being a dad for the entirety of the year, not just in these next couple days. Prioritize rest for yourself, some self-care, recognizing that being present means showing up and being refreshed and engaged, not exhausted and overwhelmed. So if you're feeling like you're out of whatever it takes to get through the holidays, you need some time to rest. So take this time. If you're off work, if you have a chance to rest, if you have a chance to make some time for yourself, you can be your own greatest gift by giving yourself some time to rest. Some practical takeaways as we head into the holidays together, you and I. 5 healthy actions for you this year as a dad, which will make 2026 Christmas even better as we look towards next year. 5 healthy actions for this year. Here we go.
Number 5.
Allow space to grieve and process any losses that you're feeling in the moment. Give yourself some space.
Number 4.
Reimagine your traditions for this holiday season with your kids' input. It's a great time for a change.
Number 3.
Prioritize time with your kids. Have simple, meaningful activities without extremely elaborate plans. Just make your priority time. Focus on your kids.
Number 2.
Build a support circle for you as a dad. Include humor, encouragement, and accountability. It's time for you to build your own circle for a single dad over the holiday.
Number 1.
And lastly, protect, rest, and self-care. Stay grounded throughout the holidays. And don't come through the holidays at the end more exhausted than you were when you started. It's time for you as well to get a gift back. And it's the gifts you give yourself during the holiday season. I'd love to hear from you, your holiday wins and your challenges going into this time of year. I'd love to hear what you have as far as suggestions. And if you're a single dad, how did you do this year? How are you doing? I'd love to hear from you at dadspace.ca. You can reach out through email, through voicemail, messages through the SpeakPipe link. Dadspace.ca is the website where we have everything dad. So I'd love to connect with you over there. And again, just to reiterate what we talked about at the beginning, that being a dad through the holidays is not about perfection, but it's about showing up with intention and with warmth and with presence. I would just love to wish you and your family at this time of year a hopeful season. If this year has been tough for you and your family, that next year is going to be better. There's some good days ahead. Don't give up. Don't let what happened in 2025 sour you for this coming year. There's great things ahead for all of us. And this coming year is going to be better than ever. So thank you for being part of Dad Space. Happy holidays to you. Again, just a quick episode and an opportunity just to say thank you for being part of Dad Space. If this is your first episode, welcome to the show. If you've been here for 230 plus episodes, then thank you for following the journey of Dad Space. And I hope that through our conversations together, we build a better dad and we help you. I'm sure your kids will be thankful that you listen to this show and that you follow the show and that you take something back and put it into practice. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of Dad Space. Happy holidays. And to my global audience, no matter where you are in this big world of ours, thank you for following the show and thank you for pressing play. And whatever you're celebrating and wherever you are, I wish you the best. We'll see you in the next episode. Take care. Hey, thanks for listening to Dad Space. Thanks for hanging out to the end of the podcast. That's a great sign to wherever you're listening to this podcast, YouTube, Spotify, Apple, fill in the blank, that this was a good podcast to send people to. So simply by listening to this point of the podcast, you're helping the show grow. So good on you. Thanks for helping us grow Dad Space. If you want to help us fill our cups over at Dad Space, head over to dadspace.ca. Dadspace.ca, simple website, right? Dadspace.ca. You can fill up our coffee cup, which helps us then to keep moving forward with the podcast and use our Buy Me a Coffee link over at dadspace.ca. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting the show. Thank you for coming back. And thank you for sharing. Because the more people, more dads we can help, the better. We're all here to help each other grow in community. That's what it's all about. And without you, podcast is pointless. There's no reason to do any of this. So you being here means everything. See you at dadspace.ca. Take care.